Om Shanti. This evening, we are all here to experience unadulterated remembrance. Before we go into that experience, it is good to understand the difference between yoga, remembrance, and tapasya. We are all very familiar with these three words. And as far as the word yoga is concerned, we always complain to Baba, I cannot have yoga with Baba. So sometimes to make it easy, Baba says, don't use the word yoga. Call it remembrance. Because we are all used to have remembrance in our life. Remembrance is part of human life. So when we approach the subject of yoga as remembrance, we can make it easy, we can make it constant, and we can even make it natural. Because remembrance is based on two things: love and relationship. Naturally, we remember someone whom we love and someone with whom we have relationship. So it is good for us to check ourselves. First of all, there are three types of remembrance. What kind of remembrance do I experience every time I sit to remember Baba? First type of remembrance is making effort to remember Baba. You try to remember Baba, the intellect wanders here and there. You bring it back, again it goes, struggle. Second type of remembrance is where there is a natural remembrance of Baba, not struggling to remember, but natural. For example, a student naturally remember the teacher, no struggle. A patient remember the doctor, no effort. So when I am soul conscious, in soul conscious stage, there is nobody else who can come into my mind except Baba. And so remembrance is easy. But we are talking about unadulterated remembrance. So which means I need to have unadulterated love, first of all. When my love is unadulterated, in simple words, we can say exclusive love only for one, then my remembrance can be unadulterated. So the third type of remembrance, we can call it as troublesome remembrance. Unadulterated remembrance can also be called as troublesome remembrance. which means that the remembrance is so much. Even if I'm trying to forget, I cannot forget. It just keeps coming back. And that's why sometimes Baba says some children remember Baba so much that they make Baba remember them. So that means they even disturb Baba's sleep. Baba has to respond to their remembrance. That is why it is said, love begets love, remembrance begets remembrance. So I need to check, first of all, what kind of remembrance do I experience at the present time in Brahmin life? Is it a struggling remembrance, natural remembrance, or troublesome remembrance? So that means in order to have such unadulterated love, unadulterated remembrance, I have to live in Baba's world. It's only when I live in Baba's world, in other words, I make Baba my world. Remembrance can be unadulterated because there is no one, nothing that can influence my intellect. But then, who can live in Baba's world? Not everybody lives in Baba's world. To live in Baba's world, I have to step away from this world. Unless I step away my intellect from this world, I cannot rise my intellect. I cannot lift my consciousness into Baba's world. You know, many souls try to travel in two boats. They want to experience the attraction, love of human beings, love for material things of this world. And they also want to experience Baba's love. That is not possible. So that is why to have unadulterated remembrance, the first and foremost ingredient, dharana, I need to have is unlimited disinterest for this world. Unlimited disinterest takes me to unadulterated remembrance. What it means to have unlimited disinterest, which means no attachment, no attraction, no influence, no pull, no push. So that is why Baba keeps on reminding us what should be my vision towards this world so that I can develop an attitude of unlimited disinterest. Because the world in which we are living is Maya's world. Too much of glitter, too much of attraction, beauty. And so I need to create the consciousness. My vision should be that this world is like a graveyard. Who lives in the graveyard? It's only dead bodies. So when I have an attitude of consciousness, seeing everything as already being dead, my heart will not be connected. My heart will not be attached. My feet of the intellect can easily be lifted into Baba's world. So ask yourself, do I really have this kind of vision that helps helps me to have an attitude of unlimited disinterest. So once I begin to keep my 2 feet, the feet of my intellect in Baba's world, it is then I begin to taste Baba in all relationships. Remembrance must be based on relationship. It is not technical. It is not static. It is not a drill. When I make Baba practically my all relationships, and I experience all attainments from one Baba, all relationships with one, all attainments from one, then only I can have exclusive remembrance. See, one is to have love for Baba. We all have love. That is not enough to have unadulterated remembrance. I need to fall in love. Angels have fell in love with God. So they have lost their identity. They are human in form, but godly in nature. So I need to, make Baba my world. So that means have all relationship practically, not literally, practically connected with Baba. Even if one relationship is missing, I will not be able to hold that stage. So when I have all relationships with Baba, it is like a wire. Wire has small wires inside. Even if that one small wire in that big one is not working, you don't get electricity, you don't get current. So when the wire of my all relationship is connected with Baba, what happens? The fire of love is ignited in my heart. So that is the experience I should feel today. You are sitting in the bhatti. It is not to have struggle remembrance. It's not just to have remembrance, churning knowledge. In fact, even churning knowledge is also adulteration. While sitting in the bhatti, even sitting there planning for service is also cheating Baba. This is not the time for that. What is the difference between ordinary yoga and coming for bhatti? It is like throwing myself into the furnace and staying in the furnace, allowing myself to be transformed. So it is like creating the fire of love, igniting the fire of love. There are many songs of the Murli in which says, neither I will be separated from you, nor the love from my heart can be removed. The fire that is ignited in my heart cannot be extinguished. So feel the fire of love being ignited in your heart. That means I am totally lost in the love of one. There is no way of fighting with mind and intellect or struggling, but I am merged in the love of one. I am lost in the love of one, what Baba calls it, love lean stage. You are not thoughtless, but you are not thinking too much. It is the language of love. It is the vibration. It's the feelings that I begin to experience from Baba. And that fire of love ignites the fire of yoga. Fire ignites fire, you know. And so if any human being comes in between me and Baba, any objects come and me and Baba, so that is a practical proof that you love that person more than you love Baba. You love that place more than you love Baba. You love that object more you love Baba, because they don't have access to come otherwise. There is no margin. It's totally intact. So this is why Baba says, many times Baba gives the example of Laila and Majnu. Ashuk, Mashuk, beloved and lover. That means Majnu was in love with Laila to such an extent, he cannot see anything except the one with whom she was in love. So that means when I am in the bhakti, for me, I should experience myself merged in Baba's love. Baba and myself, finish. No third person and no other thoughts. You are not unconscious, but you should feel the current of love cleansing the soul. The power of love empowering the soul. The vibrations of love uplifting you. You know, you begin to swim in the waves of God's love. So I don't need to repeat anything. It's more of feeling. Unadulterated remembrance is like lost in the love of one. You know, you are lost. And when you are lost, you disappear. So that means you are beyond this gravity, beyond the pull of this earth. That is when you begin to live in Baba's world. You know, so I need to check myself. Anything, anybody else, any other things that comes in between, which means that my mind and intellect still has a gap. I remember Dadi Gulsar was giving class once on this subject, and she was mentioning, for mind and intellect, there are only two places to go. Mind wanders around because of attachment due to relationship. Or my intellect wanders in having fulfilling some unfulfilled desire in the form of attainment. So there are only two doors to escape, either attachment or desires. And so if I have all relationships practically with Baba and all attainments, see, on one side we say, having attained Baba, I have attained everything. You know, I got Baba, I got everything. Then why is my intellect going somewhere else? You know, why is my mind intellect wandering when I'm sitting specially in bhakti? So there is a leakage. You know, when there is a leakage in the intellect, you plug in the wire, you thought it was connected, but the battery don't get charged. There is a loose contact. The contact is not intact. So that means some wire is missing. So that is why I am not able to hold that love that Baba is giving me. No, of course, it's not that when I connect, Baba starts giving me love. Baba's love is ocean. It's constantly flowing. It's that I am in tune, so I catch. If I'm not in tune, I don't catch. Because God is love. So automatically love begets love. When I have love, that love attracts God's love. But then first of all, I need to make myself a good receiver. So what God is transmitting, I can catch. So you are a receiver, God is the transmitter. So God is ocean, God is bestower. He's constantly giving, even in bhakti also, in gyan also. All that I need to make effort is to make myself worthy to catch the love that is coming. So that, after that, when I come into my normal activity in the world, doesn't matter whatever I see, I will not be attracted, but I will have love for everyone, but I will not have any special love for one person. Because why we have disturbance in yoga is because we have some special love for one person or special love for one particular object or a place. So that pulls me. So I have to be loyal to Baba. This is very, very important. If you are not faithful to Baba, you cannot have unadulterated remembrance. Loyalty, faithfulness is very important. Just like a chaste woman will not remember anybody else except one husband. So I should be such a wife of Baba that I have only one Baba and nothing else in my intellect. And then, if you want to begin, you start admiring Baba as a beloved. Baba's beauty, Baba's quality, Baba's relationship, Baba's virtues, Baba's cooperation that you receive from time to time. Let your heart begin by expressing gratitude, an attitude of gratitude. That is the first step. After you have created disinterest, so create an attitude of gratitude to fill your heart with love for one. So once I have done that, my heart is filled with so much love, it's very easy to get lost. So experiment today for next 1.5 hours, that just one only, because this month we are focusing on that. So let us experiment even for 1 hour, that hour pass like 1 minute. Because you go beyond time. When you are in love with God, God is beyond time. So I go beyond time, beyond age, beyond everything. So there is no question of limitation of time or limitation of anything, So let us really prepare ourselves to create that attitude of unlimited disinterest and then step into Baba's world. From this corporeal world into Baba's world, where Baba is waiting with his arms open to welcome us, to embrace us. And so let your feet stay there. As long as I want, not that it gets pulled. So make up your mind, that this is what I am going to do. I stay in Baba's world, and then next step is to create an attitude of gratitude. So once that pure energy surrounds you, you create a body of light, pure energy, and then you begin to see yourself in Baba's arms, Baba's embrace, Baba's lap, Baba's heart, whatever the expression of love indicates, merged in Baba's eyes, Baba's lap, Baba's heart, whatever. And you can enjoy being there without any limitation of time. So this is why we are here today. Every day we have been practicing this individually on our own, but today we are doing it together as a group, as a gathering, so that the power, the vibrations of each other will help us to uplift ourselves even to go beyond. Okay, so let us prepare ourselves to detach totally from our body, just to become a tiny point of light, visualizing myself and to create that feeling of unlimited disinterest, and enter into Baba's world, the world of white light, and see yourself in the body of white light, and just emerge an attitude of gratitude, and that will pull you into Baba and stay with Baba exclusively. Don't worry about anybody. I am exclusively with Baba. Today, Baba is only for me. He has come only for me and Baba only, and nobody else. Don't allow anything, anyone to come in between you and Baba. Experiment. And then you see how much shower of love you will receive, how much blessings of love you receive from Baba. So let us put on the wings of love and let us fly to Baba and experience being merged, lost in Baba's love. Om Shanti.
तेरा मेरा प्यारा नाता है जो मेरे दिल को भाता है। तेरा मेरा प्यारा नाता है जो मेरे दिल को भाता है। तेरे स्नेह का ऐसा जादू है, तेरे स्नेह का ऐसा जादू है। तू ही तो नजर मुझे आता है। ओ मेरे बाबा, ओ मेरे बाबा, प्यारे बाबा, ओ मीठे बाबा। कितना तुझको मैं याद करूं, मन ही तेरा मेरा प्यारा नाता है जो